Tour Junkies.
What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Valero Texas Open 2025 betting show. DB here with you. My boy Pat Perry in the saddle again. We're going to bring Matt Every up as we do every single week here in just a second. Producer Tony's back on the ones and twos, whatever that means. Maybe also the threes and fours. Maybe doing a little something dirty too. I don't know. Who could know? It's Producer Tony. We're gonna get into it. We got our favorite bets for Valero. We're going to talk top 20s. We're going to do a new segment tonight for all you baseball lovers out there. Our boy Matt Every's got us locked up for that. Pat, was that a surprise to you? Did you not know about that?
I was, it was kind of a, oh, wow. Like, yeah, we got a new segment. I'm excited.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what it was.
Didn't sound like a lot of excitement. It sounded like you were going, oh, I didn't know.
Well, I have to admit, there's been a lot of talk back and forth about this new segment, and I really don't know what. I don't really know what we're even talking about. So I figured.
What else is new? This is how we do it.
What I figured was I would just leave it that way instead of asking, and I would just kind of figure it out. So now you know. Now you know.
Which is exactly what you've done for 10 years. So yeah, we got it. Don't worry, we got it.
Okay.
As I say to my kids, how many steering wheels you see in this car, boy? There's only one. Don't worry about it. Just show up and shut up. All right. Okay, speaking of showing up, but you don't have to shut up. You need to show up in September as we take a little trip to Bethpage. That's right. We going to New York, baby. Going to New York for the Ryder Cup. We want you to come along with us. All of us, me and Pat and our rowdy friends, we want you there. Okay. I don't know. We need to find out. Have we already asked Matt if he's there? We probably have, and I've already forgotten, but we need Matt to be there. Producer Tony needs to be there. It's going to be a good time. But we're selling some packages with our friends at Elite Events that you are not going to want to miss. We know and love Elite Events, have since day one of doing the Tour Junkies podcast 10 years ago. They're great people. They put up an awesome trip for us starting Thursday night in September. We're going to go to a Yankees game. Hopefully they still got those torpedo bats and we're just watching bombs go out the yacht. You know what I mean? That would be great. Just nothing but bombs. Give me more time to suck down cold draft beer. I'll be a wreck at a Yankees game. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to wake up. We're going to have a nice hot breakfast buffet, and we're going to play 27-hole Ryder Cup style event at a nice little muni there in Manhattan. Barbecue lunch provided. Then that night, we're going to go get showered and dolled up, and everybody get, in there, get spiffy, and we're going to go to a nice little private viewing experience for the Georgia-Bama game going down on the SEC Saturday night in New York. And then we're going to wake up and go to the Ryder Cup. That's after the Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup all day Saturday. And then if you want to stay that extra night, you can come hang out with us and do the Ryder Cup again on Sunday. We're going to attend together and storm the gates of Bethpage for USA. We've been to 2 Ryder Cups, one at Hazeltine, one in Paris. They were amazing. Hazeltine was a lot better. This is going to be an electric event. You do not want to miss it. So click the link in the description that takes you to a form. And that's where you just kind of say, hey, I want more information. That's what you need to do. And even if you think I can't do the full package deal, but I want to do pieces of it, our friends at Elite Events will hook you up. They've got tickets. They've got it all locked up. We've got hotels blocked. Transportation is covered to and from the hotel to the golf courses to the Yankees game. All that's covered, all included in the price. It's going to be fantastic. So we're excited about that. Let's get into Houston. Quick recap of Houston because we did hit winners, Pat. We did hit winners for the second time this year. The guy that won was on both our betting cards, and we didn't really talk about him a lot on the show. You mentioned him. You brought him up on the show, but neither one of us were super felt good about it, but then he ends up on both the cards, and by Wednesday, we liked him. That's why you got to do more than just listen to the show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be in the Nut Hut Discord. You got to, follow on social media because then that's where our cards come out and all that kind of stuff. So I do think it's not just the show, but this is a guy, Minwoo Lee, we've been talking about for years that we've, since he kind of came onto the scene that we've been high on. We were a little concerned for a while that he would ever win. But he did. And I'm glad. I don't know what I would have done if I would have not had him on the card, if I would have missed out on his first one. And we didn't do it though, TB. We need to kiss our brains, as you like to say.
Yeah.
And be very proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so I was very happy to get the win. And he's exciting. I thought it was funny when he did the little aim point thing on the 8-incher.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
also so funny to me, the people on Twitter that think that was real. Like people in the comments
know.
really did that. I can't believe this is a problem with golf. Dude,
He literally looks at the crowd and laughs after he
Yeah.
did it. I mean, it was
yeah. All right, golf addicts, we partnered with our friends at DraftKings, and the battle for the jacket is heating up in Augusta. And there's no better place to sweat the action than DraftKings Daily Fantasy, the ultimate destination for fantasy golf fans. And for the year's first major, DraftKings is giving all customers a shot to play free for a $1 million top prize with your next $10 deposit. It's simple to play. Build your dream lineup while staying under the salary cap, then sit back and watch as your players rack up points. Every birdie, every bogey, every clutch putt, feel the intensity of every shot. Should you roster Rory? You banking on Scotty doing it again? Are there some live guys you like? I don't know. Maybe they need to be in your lineups. We shall see. Download the DraftKings app and use code Junkies to play free for a shot at the $1 million top prize with just a $10 deposit. That's code Junkies for all DraftKings customers. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 18 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Minimum $10 deposit required. One single-use $10 ticket rewarded for Fantasy Golf Millionaire contest that expires on April 10th at 7 a.m. See terms at DraftKings.com/promotions.draftkings.com. See terms at DraftKings.com/promotions. Let's bring up our boy Matt Every because, well, first of all, he's just Matt Every, the man. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's up, guys?
Matt, we're gonna have
look this face that you have right now. It's because the Gators are in the Final Four, and you have this real cocky look to your eyes and this
no, listen, stop, dude. I had to take some pictures today for this show I got coming up, so I got a little makeup on that.
Got all gussied up.
Yeah. So it's not the Gators. You're not.
I am fired up about the Gators, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, what a comeback! The other night that was super cool to watch. When you get down like that, I know you guys are diehard sports fans. You kind of lose all faith sometimes, and it was looking pretty grim there.
It was
for a while.
18-4 run, pretty incredible.
That play Walter Clayton made when he caught it in the paint and was
ran back to the three.
Covered up. That was the most like playing 21 in your driveway.
Yes.
Got to take it back play ever. I mean, that was so sick. It was cool. And then the Maryland game, I hammered that one myself. I love that game. We played a terrible first half, but just, the cream kind of rose to the top a little later. And dude, I'm on the ground this week and the Final Four is there. So I'm fired up for that. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely going to the final if we make it. And then I don't know with work if I can make it in time because the Gators are the first game. So hopefully it rains all day Saturday and the whole thing's a wash and I get to go. And
dude, that's awesome. I didn't even think about you being there and it.
Great timing. Great timing.
Perfect.
Man, there was a year. This is a sidebar. There was a year when the Final Four was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I remember I was helping a buddy do like Masters ticket stuff, and no one figured it out until like the Friday before Masters or maybe Saturday before Masters. No one figured it out. And all of a sudden the ticket prices absolutely skyrocketed because all this corporate money was 2 hours down the interstate in Atlanta and just realized, hey, we could go to the Monday, Tuesday practice round. So the practice round tickets surged about as much as the tournament round tickets. And brokers were panicking, freaking out, losing their butt. We're having to, try to buy and move the stuff around. It was wild. Yeah, that's cool. That's going to be awesome. Yeah. I wanted to do one thing that I didn't let you know what we were going to do because I did that to you last week too. Matt, I don't know if you noticed, but last week we got on to you about teaching you a little bit about the decorum around sweating a certain player if they had a chance on Sunday and how to do it and what not to do and all that. I think you learned your lesson.
Okay.
With D. Riley.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, I did. Yeah. I have years of experience. I put on a master class.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Obviously, Minwoo had a big fat lead on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Was I feeling good?
He's now patting his own on the back.
First of all, you're reading way too much into this. I'm going to tell you where I
did it work from. Or did it not work? Because he had a 5-shot lead. Yeah. Everybody wants to count it. You count it. You would have counted it. You've been texting us.
No chance. 5-shot lead. I know those. I don't know personally. Those aren't easy, but like, I know they're not easy. There's no way those are easy.
Well, Saturday night, I just said, congrats to the Scotty backers on your come from behind win tomorrow. I can't believe he's going to run down my 2 shots at glory from 5 shots back, because I also had Tosti. I know you were big on Tosti this week. Sigh onto Valero. And that's how you do it. You put that out on a Saturday night, and you go ahead and you get way ahead of
reverse psychology. Yeah.
And then what happens? Bing bong, and you're in. That's what you do.
I thought you were gonna say something about the text I sent you about Minwoo Saturday night.
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, never mind.
I'll go back and look at it.
We're good.
Enough about Minwoo. What about what about Tosti?
Oh my God, I love this guy. Are you kidding me?
You and Tosti are bullet. Y'all are gonna be like,
No, first of all, I don't care. It has nothing to do with the fact that he went to Florida. Could care less. Right. I just think we need a villain bad on the tour, and we might have one here. He's something else, dude. And I read something today. I don't know who put this out, but it was a quote that it was like maybe a hot mic or a player heard it. It might have been Michael Kim, but Tosti said to his caddy, "If I ask you if you like Driver, you tell me you love Driver." I love that. I mean, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this guy. I mean, he's must-see TV. Look, and when he called over the official when Minwoo was taking 12 minutes to decide what to do, I mean, hey, he has every right to do that. I mean, I don't know. I thought
it took 30 minutes.
I know he was probably doing some childish things, but I also think, Buns probably didn't do him any favors either. And I know Tosti likes to tiptoe the line, cross it. But it's fun to watch, man.
I'm perfectly fine with it. We need more of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very entertaining. So
and he's a hell of a talent. Hell of a talent.
And we've known this for a little while with him. I mean, he had the suspension or whatever it was. So I mean, he's a fiery guy. So I think it's
okay. Yes, it is okay. Like dude, one of my best friends, Spencer Levine.
Oh God, that guy,
absolute angel off the course, like the best dude ever. All right,
on the course,
I'm one of his best friends. I'm telling you, on the course, he made me uncomfortable. I mean, he did. I did not.
That does me on the course.
I did not want to play with him. It was just like it was too tense. And some guys are just wired that way. And Tosti, he's clearly one of those guys. I mean, that guy is super. All those guys are competitive. He is super competitive.
It also seems he runs through caddies like crazy. I saw there was one. I think somebody tweeted it.
Dude, he's probably brutal to work for.
Yeah, it was on a podcast, or somebody tweeted the quote from a podcast, and I can't remember which one. It was one of the big ones, like no laying up or shotgun or something. But it was basically, the quote was from another caddy that said something to the effect of like, he's had as many caddies as I've had like nice dinners or something like that. Like some basically just like the guy runs through caddies, and he didn't have the same caddy as he did at the Players. So he's constantly moving through them. And I wonder,
there's guys that do that. Like, I mean, they're just guys that like to do their own thing. And, I don't think Tosti's, at the end of the day, is taking a ton from what his caddy says. I think he's got his mind made up most of the time. It's just the sport we play now. Sometimes you almost feel obligated to ask a guy what he thinks, because everyone else is having a 40-second conversation on, a regular 7-iron from the middle of the fairway. So I don't know. I'm giving him a pass for this. I thought he was entertaining. I thought that it added a ton to the storyline on Sunday.
For sure.
And I also think we need it. And I don't mean he's a bad guy and a villain, but like, he's a needler a little bit. And I don't hate that at all.
Dude, I agree completely. I've been saying that. We've been saying that since the whole Live thing, and Patrick Reed leaving and Phil and Bryson leaving. Like, those were Sergio. Those were our villains. It didn't necessarily mean they were horrible people. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but we just needed guys that people love to hate. That's what every sport has that. And, Yeah, I mean, you couldn't be more accurate with that. The only thing I will say, and I you know, obviously I was already preparing for the Minwoo loss, but I was also, you know, hoping to pull it off. I was getting concerned there, middle of the round, back into the back, you know, front end of the back nine, that like Tosti's antics or whatever was happening, whether it was really antics or it was perceived antics or whatever, was impacting Minwoo. And I'm sitting there going, God dang it. Minwoo's going to lose this because of freaking Tosti, you know, like
the other guy you wanted to win.
Right. And you would have been totally fine with it if he lost it to Tosti.
If Tosti would have won, I would have been great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Totally. I get it.
But definitely entertaining. And then he fired off on Twitter today. I don't know if you saw that. You're not on Twitter.
What do you say?
Oh dear. Let's see. We had another player text us about his tweet.
What did the other players think about this situation?
He didn't say. He just said
he never gave us an actual comment
because I retweeted it with a comment, and then apparently he took it down. He deleted it, and the player sent us a text and said, "Please tell me you screenshotted that," and I did. And it says, "Playing at my own pace." This is Tosti responding to some accusation about his pace or whatever. Okay. He says, "Playing at my own pace, OMG. Because I took a piss on the restroom, and prepared myself a drink," which sounds like he's making a cocktail.
I know. I love that he said prepared myself
a drink. I am, quote, slow playing and trying to throw off my playing partner. And then he says, "Go F yourself, failures." And I was like, oh my God.
Now my gosh, he deleted it.
We're failures. Yeah.
It's just an open-ended failures, like everyone else is failures other than him.
Oh my God.
Because I pissed on the restroom and prepared myself a drink.
The best part,
he grabbed the water out of the cooler.
Yeah. How much preparing do you have to do to
he might have had like an electrolyte packet or something he had to dump in there, but I mean that takes like 10 seconds.
You would never say that though, like, hey, like you're playing with somebody, like, I'm sorry, I had to go prepare myself a drink.
What they didn't see was my shoe was untied.
There it is. But by the way, stop the fake news, idiots. There was no confrontation with Fox on the first hole. Apparently that was going around too. Also, why does he have the O's as zeros? I don't know what's happening, if he's fat thumbing it or whatever.
Maybe will it not let you write that if it's the U?
I think it will, but also idiots is not a U. He did it in idiots underneath.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's just such a great tweet. He was firing them off today. Yeah, here he's.
What did he say about Bones?
Bones talking shit for the fans, saying
saying
I'm walking 50 yards behind and trying to slow playing my partner. The part you don't see is that I used the restroom and prepared myself a drink. He said it again. He doubled down on preparing himself a drink.
Because he deleted the first one, but he wanted
Yeah. Tell us about the golf course. San Antonio, TPC San Antonio, the Oaks course. Greg Norman, Sergio Garcia design.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I played pretty well there. I had a really good look to win. When they first went there, this place was brutal. The terrain there is very rocky, and you know the original layout. It was basically just fairway and then just rocks, and you could only play out of the fairway. And then you throw in like a 20-mile-an-hour crosswind, and the fairways aren't massive there. I mean, I don't remember them being massive. But this place gets hard fast. They soften some slopes. I think it still gets pretty good leaderboards, and I think it's a second shot golf course. Strokes gained approach. Iron players again. Not a secret there either. Yeah.
I would agree, Matt. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Good job. Any fun stories, memories?
Man, I should have won that tournament one year.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
what year was that?
Did you have a 5-shot?
Not I should have, but
were you slow playing your partners?
No, I wasn't, dude. No.
Okay,
1 year there, it was the year Ben Curtis won.
Wait, he won another tournament besides the Open?
Yes.
Wait, what? Ben Curtis, the Major League Baseball guy?
No,
Commissioner Curtis,
the Open champion, Ben Curtis.
Yeah, but he was sponsored by Major League Baseball.
Oh yeah.
like an umpire.
Like best dude ever, Ben Curtis. Great guy.
What was it the end?
Yeah. I was just gonna tell you how I lost it, but it's not.
How'd you lose it?
Well, I feel like I lost it in the wave, to be honest. It was a nasty wave. And like I think only like 13 guys from my wave made the cut. I played my ass off. Like a ton of like strokes gained, ball striking. I think I might have like the record there from that round. But it was nuts. I mean, I striped it, played okay Saturday, coming down the stretch, the par 3 in the back with the island or the bunker in the middle.
Yep.
Man, I think I was one back of Ben, and I just stoned this thing like 4 feet. Didn't even touch the hole. Go to the next, and we both lay up. Ben lays up in a divot. I'm okay, like 80 yards. He like knifes this thing over the green, and I hit a decent wedge to like 15 feet. And he chips it. It was a brutal chip he had. He chips it to the front of the green, just off the green, and then makes it from like 20 feet from the fringe for par. I miss, and I missed fairway in the last and didn't make birdie. The end.
What about San Antonio? You rate San Antonio highly, I would assume, because it's a nice spot.
I think it's a killer spot in general. I got one other cool story. I played with Corey Connors in the Monday qualifier when he won that golf tournament.
No way.
Yes. And on the last hole, we bust out our phones and Corey had to make birdie. And it's this funky little par 4. And like you can't really hit more than 5-iron off the tee. It's like a 5-iron, 8-iron. He hits 5-iron off the tee. This guy that was caddying for me actually said, man, he's going to regret that. And because he didn't like challenge it with a 3-wood. Hits 5-iron off the tee, like 8-iron to like 30 feet. Makes the 30-footer. Gets into a playoff. Like 5 for 1, I think. Gets in and then wins the tournament. It's nuts.
Changed his whole life, dude. Me and Pat ran into him at Beck's in Augusta.
Oh, really?
The day after he won on that Monday when he got to Augusta. We saw him in the restaurant. Nobody knew who he was, but we, of course, did because we're degenerates and we knew what happened. But
machine.
Crazy.
I love his move. Love it.
It's got a buttery swing. Great swing.
To me, it seems like soft and narrow, and it feels very repeatable.
Yeah,
or it looks repeatable.
Such a ball striker. That's awesome. Yeah. That's cool. You play with him. What about like any good spots? What's any favorite like dinner spots, lunch spots you look forward to out there in San Antonio? The food's so good there. I
love the churros out in San Antonio.
So good.
Wait, so is that on the official Matt every list of towns and cities that's acceptable?
Yeah, it's not Detroit.
Pat, you need to stop with this, dude. Yeah, no, I love San Antonio. It's great. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
I
do too. I love San Antonio. Yeah. All right. Let's talk season long bet.
Yeah.
Matt, congrats.
Okay. Thanks.
Matt takes it down last week with around 800K, something like that, between Scotty and Pot Geeter. Scotty gets it all, 845 grand. Pat had a nice showing. Finau and Tosti doing okay. Mm-hmm. Tony had Rory and Hisatuncier.
Hisatuncier.
Matt, your turn. You do it.
Wait,
do the impression of Pat saying his name.
Say it again, Pat.
Hisatuncier.
Hisatuncier.
Yes.
Hold on. Hisatuncier.
There it is. And then I had a big goose egg with Aaron Rye and Stephen Fisk letting me down. So not good. Tony's lead is still sizable. Matt made a nice little run there. You're catching up, looking better. So anyway, we're cruising along. And Matt, you get to continue the hot run. You have the first pick.
Yes, I do. And I just settled on him right now. Give me your defending champ at the Valero Texas Open, Akshay Bhatia, this week.
Ooh, okay.
I like Akshay a lot.
Yeah, I did too.
We talked about him in the DFS show. And
did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seems to have found something with the putter. I think it's looking good. All right.
Akshay drop as well.
The what?
We've got an Akshay drop.
We do. Well. I forgot about that. Hit that.
Patel,
my guy.
That's right. That was a listener voicemail. Hold on. Play that again.
I took Aski, but he never.
That guy is
My guy.
that guy's definitely going to be a Beth page with us, getting hammered. That's funny. Okay, Pat, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm taking Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh,
We got a drop for him as well.
You hit it. If you think I'm not blowing Tommy Ladd Fleetwood, you don't know me, sir or ma'am.
Someone made the edit.
I'm not doing that. Boys, thank you so much for leaving me the guy who's going to win again for the third time in 5 years. Corey Connors in the Discord in the Nut Hut. He's known as Coco. Give me Coco, baby. I will gladly take him.
Okay,
Tony.
Oh, that leaves. I know form hasn't been crap. I know he's a roller coaster every time he plays, but something about Jordan Spieth in Texas.
Oh,
I can't pass that up.
I did not think that's where you were going. Look at us leaving Ludwig on the table.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we okay? Are we all doing okay? Everybody okay? I can't believe it.
I feel okay.
Yeah.
I like we're good. I think we're good. I think Ludwig's there's a lot of question marks there.
There are. Okay. I'm really scared for the long shot picks because I don't like anybody. All right, back to
is it 100 to 1 or 150 to 1?
150. Tony, your second pick.
Yeah, I got no reason for this. I'm just going to Adam Schenk, 170 to 1.
Okay, name value. You could just say name there. He's a little bit of name value. He's not playing well. That is for sure. Absolutely
zero form. He did have a T5 last year, but I got a almost $3 million lead, so I can.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep riding my boy Stephen Fisk. I'm gonna do it again. I had him last week. I'm gonna do it again. I love him. Fisk.
Okay.
Pat.
I'm going to go with and I don't even know why, other than having a 12th place finish a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go with Ricky Castillo.
Oh, you took the Florida boy, right?
I'm looking. There's two I settled on like 5 seconds before you said that name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's a good get.
Little sniping going on.
A little sniping. You know what? Give me zero form at the moment, but oh fuck, man. Give me Nick Hardy.
Oof.
I know.
What you say, girl? What?
We've been dropping the sound bites.
Tony's just remembering.
He's so excited.
I kind of forgot about these after we did just a TCI.
Nick Hardy. All right, Nick Hardy. Love that guy. He's such a good guy. But
he really is.
He's playing terrible. All right.
This is tough. Slim pickings, dude.
Slim pickings
down here this week.
I agree. All right. Well, what other bets you got, Matt? You've been thinking about it? You've been breaking it?
Not really. I did take a peek though in Carline, picking up my boy. You know,
a Florida man rear ends a lady in Carline.
It's what we do these days. You know, I don't hate Jacob Bridgman here this week.
Playing his 7th event in a row.
I know that's a lot. Same thing with Ben Griffin. I was like,
13th.
Man, I like him here. I know, but you can't pull the trigger on that. And you know what? I did not know that about Jacob Bridgman.
What do you think about that? I mean, what's the difference between 6 and 7 or 5?
I know, and they're young. They don't have kids.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier, but
well,
you know what? You're right. Okay. I don't hate Jordan Spieth here this week either.
Good. See, I knew this was going to happen.
What?
It's all coming together.
What do you
Jordan,
mean?
Because DB wasn't a big fan on our. We did a little pre-show, and he was not a big fan of.
I didn't say I wasn't a big fan. I don't know.
I'm just saying. I think Jordan's coming around. I think he's coming around.
Okay.
Pat just said everyone's disgruntled with Jordan, and he's just gruntled. And
exactly
he thinks he could be okay.
All right, guy. Not crazy form. Chris Kirk, do anything for you here?
Yes, another one. We're on the same page this week.
Matt and Pat are vibing.
Yeah. I just know, like, I feel like even when I struggled, I played well here. So, like, I know what kind of game I had when I was playing out there, and some of these guys, you know. What about Sam Ryder? Did he do anything for you this week?
Putting like a madman right now.
I feel like he's either. I feel like I could see him putting the boots on Sunday. He feels like a Valero Texas Open champ.
Hey, what's it about? Maybe this wasn't. I don't know if this was the same when you played, because I was looking at the numbers on BTN from 2019 on, or maybe 2021 on.
Yeah.
But what is the deal here with, like, the green irregulation number from the rough is almost higher than it is from the fairway here?
Really? I don't know.
I mean, and the rough penalty is like non-existent. It's almost like, if you look on the course page on BTN, there is,
because there's not the rough isn't very high. I'm telling you where the terrain is there. It's, now they softened it up a little bit, like on the outer edges of the fairway. They've removed the rock and laid rough, but there's not much of it. There might be like 5 to 10 yards, and then I'll be on site tomorrow afternoon, but there's like 5 to 10 yards, and then it's unplayable basically. So maybe the rough length isn't super long. I don't know. That's an interesting stat.
you need to check that out when you're there. When are you getting there?
Tomorrow, like, I leave early in the morning.
Okay.
I'll be there around noon.
All right. If we have nothing else for Matt, I want to do our new segment that Pat doesn't know what he's doing about. And I don't really know either. We're just going to try it. So, Matt, do you want to give us the background on the whole baseball card thing that you guys do?
Oh, at Live Forever Golf?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, like, if you just place an order with us online, we always put a baseball card in there and then just write something on it clever. I mean, in the early days, it was very personal. There was like 3 of us doing it. Now, I haven't done one in like a year and a half, but we do have our guys in the back write on them, and just, it just keeps it fun. But we all have the 3 of us that do this. We all have boys that are like, 12, 13, 14 years old, diehard baseball, like getting back into collecting cards and football cards, baseball cards, and it's gotten me back into it too. I freaking love it, dude.
Dude, I was so big into that back in the day.
Well, the hobby itself, like, I probably got back into it like 2 years ago, and like, gradually more and more, but the hobby itself is out of control right now.
I didn't really know the baseball card collecting world had resurged a little bit.
I didn't.
Yeah, COVID was a big deal for it.
Because, like, I mean, dude, in the 90s, I was so big on, I got baseball. That's what I spent my money on, was baseball cards. I'd ride around the neighborhood trading cards with buddies. We would do card shows in the neighborhood. I subscribed to Beckett every month,
Beckett, yeah. So, like, that guy right there is like he used to work for us. He doesn't anymore. He left us for Beach Ratty. His name's Drew Johnson. Kind of a loser. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I love Drew. He's the best ever. He really is. Anyways, he will write stuff on there, just with every order. Some you can get pretty good on, because there's some characters on there. Keith Hernandez. You could have some fun with some guys.
Well, we're all around the same age. Grew up in the baseball heyday there, especially in the 90s, and I guess early 2000s a little bit. I kind of bailed in like 99, but so we knew you did this, and we were talking about baseball or something last week, I guess, with it being opening week, and I needed the card thing. So we just figured, like, let's let Matt every week bring a baseball card. It can be random. It could be something obscure. It could be a player we all know, and just do a little show and tell. Show us the card. Let's see if anybody has anything on this guy. If not, we'll just move on. But let's just see what we know. Let's see what we got.
Well, first of all, I didn't come in here to like measure myself. I thought we were just being creative and bringing in like cards. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So this guy I actually collect him myself. I saw him at spring training. He plays for the Pirates. It's not Paul Skeens. But I saw him on the field. next to Judge and Stanton, and he towered over him. And his name's O'Neal Cruz from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Absolute animal. I have probably 10 of his autos. In baseball, it's easier to collect prospects in baseball than football or something like that. But yeah, there you go.
Look at that, huh? That's a fancy case you got there. Now, wait a second. Oh, that says Tops. Okay. Does Donruss still make cards?
No. They do, but not. I don't think they make baseball cards.
What about Fleer?
No.
They still. Dang.
No.
Upper Deck?
No. Upper Deck only makes hockey, and I think maybe golf.
Who makes baseball?
Tops was always the best.
Baseball is Tops and Tops Chrome. I mainly do football, and I'm having a brain fart right now. I mean, I spend stupid amount, way too much money on this stuff.
So O'Neal Cruz is a rookie?
No, he's probably 3 years in, but he's a absolute freak. And if he figures it out, this guy, and if he gets off the Pirates, this guy's going to be somebody 100%.
I heard part of my take talking about they had a list of all the teams. The money, it was the money that they brought in last year and the money that they spent on players, and they were talking about the teams at the bottom that the Cubs are literally spending 30% of their revenue on their roster. That's it. And Big Cat was really pissed, but I think the Pirates were down there at the bottom, the Pirates, the Marlins, Cubs.
Dude, they had this guy. They had this guy. The game I saw him playing shortstop. He's 6. Do we have stats on him or anything? He's 6'7", 6'8". I mean, he's a massive human. Someone hit a line drive right over his head. He snow coned this thing like any other human being on the planet playing shortstop's not getting this ball. It was pretty sick.
God. O'Neal Cruz, everybody, put him on the radar. Put him on the radar. I had not heard of this guy.
Okay, so are we doing baseball only? Do you not have cards?
I have old cards. Yeah.
I have old cards.
I got old cards too. I mean,
do y'all have a favorite? Whether you're from a kid, because
I'm yes,
a little bit younger than you guys, but same thing. Growing up, it was baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, all of them. All the crappy ones went in between my tires. It sound like a motorcycle. Oh yeah.
I still have a baseball card. I'm sort of still sad about this. I lived in a house kind of right after college, and I left the cards at the house,
sucks.
and I never was able to get back and go get them. And it had my favorite baseball card, which was the a Mark McGwire rookie card.
You can get one of those on eBay, Pat, if you want it.
Fork up the cash.
Yeah.
I was a huge Griffey fan. Griffey was my idol growing up. So I collected all the Griffey cards. They were all in hard cases. So good autograph ones, rookies, whatever. Yeah. Remember back in the 90s, they did the big ones. Remember the big ones that were that big? I have one of those, a Griffey one. So yeah, for me, it's mainly baseball. That's really all I have. I have a few golf cards. I have a few football cards, but not less than 100. So it's mainly, I have thousands of baseball cards still, all from the 90s, really.
Yeah. I was basketball. I have every Scott Skiles card there is. Orlando Magic. Obsessive.
I have no idea what that is.
I got a
really? Come on.
Penny Hardaway section there.
Yeah, same. I love Penny.
I remember Penny. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Penny took Scott Skiles' job in Orlando. Basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we gotta stick to. I think we stick to baseball.
Stick to baseball. Can it be a retired player?
That's why. Yeah, I think it should be 90s. 90s.
Oh, yeah, so our childhood. You want me to bring in our childhood? All right, yeah, I can do that. I mean, if you guys can participate in this. Too.
All right, well,
I'll have it. Yeah, I'll bring some too.
We'll do show and tell.
We'll decide who does it for the week.
All right,
it's like a lunch and learn
deal. Yeah. We'll do. All right, yeah, you got it.
Just everybody bring one, and we can have a discussion.
It takes too long.
That would take too long. We need to only discuss one.
And then someone's is going to be better, and then we go.
We just spent 10 minutes talking about O'Neal, but it went off in tangents. One card is going to go off in so many different tangents.
Matt, does he have an over/under homers total or anything?
Dude, Tony, did you get that screenshot I sent you?
I didn't. I don't have it uploaded, but I can do it real quick.
Yeah, we got to show that.
Yeah,
you've seen it, right?
I have not. I have not seen
what?
This is the parlay, right?
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah,
this thing is live. I made
that screenshot.
Yes, I actually made this bet as a joke to that guy Drew in the video because he thinks he knows ball. He played at like some D3 school outside of Atlanta and thinks he knows baseball. And he was crapping all over O'Neal Cruz. So I made this bet that O'Neal was going to get the home run title this year. The Jags were going to win their division. There you go. And Tosti top 10. First legs hit.
Yeah. I don't know about this Jags part.
There's no the Jags part you don't know about. Oh, really?
No, it's not the 100-1 O'Neal Cruz.
I mean, come on.
You never know. I mean,
there's zero chance he wins this bet cash. O'Neal Cruz is not winning this.
I mean,
if you could cash this out right now at like $150, would you do it?
You should.
I doubt they're offering. They are
I
not.
know, I'm
offering
just saying
that.
if they did.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
No, it's 10. No, I would just let it go. Just for
wait.
What if O'Neal had a shot like
at the All-Star break?
Yes.
What if he's in the lead at the All-Star break and you can cash out right there?
Has he hit any so far? Has he hit any so far?
He's hit one. He's hit one.
So
that's more victories than the Braves have.
Right? Ooh, tough scene.
He's like 8 behind Aaron Judge or whoever.
Right. Is this like the equivalent of steroids, like torpedo bats? Dude, is there going to be an asterisk next to it?
You need to buy a torpedo bat and ship it to O'Neal Cruz.
I know. I'm hoping I'm hoping he gets a couple on the board here tonight. They tip here at 7:15, and it gives it's fun too because like he's my favorite player now. I was kind of checked out of baseball, but when my boy got back in, playing travel ball and stuff and getting into cards, like it got me back into it. And like I don't know any of the Braves now. I just don't. I do.
I'm a big Braves fan.
I don't follow him, so I follow like a certain person now, and I kind of like that.
I'm all back in. I'm all the way back in on the Braves now. I was in them the whole 90s. I was in there.
I also feel like if I'm betting on baseball, like I want to remove like I grew up in Daytona. I don't have a baseball team. The Braves were, but like that's because they were on the closest thing to us and they were on TV, Well, I don't bleed it like you guys.
They're America's team. Yeah, I bleed it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
All right, boys.
And have fun in San Antonio. It's going to be awesome. Good luck to your Gators.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you next week.
See you.
Thanks, Matt.
Listen, this has turned into a baseball show. We're going to run through some picks, some golf picks, I guess. We want to thank our friends at SoBet because we cleaned up last week. I talked about the Minwoo Lee bet, threw that out there. Also threw out some matchups, went 2-0 on the matchups. Now 16-4-1 in the 2025 season in matchups on SoBet. And threw out some placement bets as well. Gained units across the board, every which way and sideways on SoBet this past week. Now up over 18 units exclusively on SoBet for 2025. And guess what? I only do golf on there. We only do golf. So like all the other 99 plus handicappers on SoBet are doing every other sport imaginable, including baseball. And you can get in on the action. Click the link in the description. Code TJ2025 should pre-fill. You can get your first month for $1. Including obviously March Madness, including baseball getting going, including the Masters next week. SoBet is where it's at. Incredible handicappers over there. So get involved. SoBet, we appreciate them. Pat, let's talk about a few picks we like, some outrights. This is not going to be hard for me because the end of the board, the bottom of the board, like we talked about on the DFS show, like we talked about making our season-long bets, is not pretty.
I don't have any.
Corey Connors at 18-1 for me is an absolute lock. I don't know if he's dropped. He may have. I haven't looked in a minute, but I think that is the best value up top. I am very interested in Keegan at 25, but also Akshay at 25. And so I don't know. I might have to decide between one of those two. I don't think I want both. I think I want Connors in one of those. Berger at 35. Hodges at 70. I really like Lee Hodges this week. And then I'm feeling Tom Hoagie at 90. I just think Hoagie flashed his vintage Hoagie form at the Players. That was the last time we saw him. I'm going to believe that he's all the way back with the ball striking, and I'm going Hoagie. I'm going Hoagie at 90-1, a guy who I know can win. Although you do see a lot of first timers out here, so that could happen. Those are probably my favorites.
Well, I agree with you on Keegan. I like him at 25. I'm gonna go with Jordan, DB. I'm probably gonna end up with him on the card at 22. I know you probably don't feel like there's enough value there, but I do. I'm feeling some Jordan this week. I liked your Burger call. I think he's going to be one of those community bets too.
Yeah.
That Minwoo, everybody kind of had last week. I think Burger's going to be another one this week. DB, I am not going to leave. I'm looking at your eye through this camera. I'm not leaving Bud Colley off of the betting card.
Good. I left him for you.
Yes, he will be on the card no matter what.
Good.
I don't care. So Bud Colley. Then I do like Jake Knapp also at 60-1. He's another one that I feel like we could see another good week. He's been playing very well. So I like Jake Knapp at 60-1. And then finally, I'm not going beyond this. Chris Kirk at 75-1. Matt mentioned Chris Kirk. I was kind of surprised he did, but I do like him. So, one thing about Knapp, going back to him too, he hasn't played here, but you mentioned we've seen, folks that play here and win for the first time on this course. And I think Jake Knapp can do that. Not win for the first time, but win this tournament for the first time. And then, Chris Kirk at 75-1. That's it for me.
I think I mentioned this on the DFS show, but there are a lot of names that are interesting names that are not in the field at Augusta for the Masters next week. And the only way you can get there is by winning the Valero. Notable names are Siwoo, Keith Mitchell, Gary Woodland, Ben Griffin, Jake Knapp, Lee Hodges, Alex Smalley, Joel Damon, and Bud Colley are all names not playing Augusta as of now and have to win to get there. So that's the only way you can make it happen. I think 8 of the last 12 winners of the Valero Texas Open were not previously qualified to play in the Masters. So it could happen. If Corey Connors doesn't win the whole thing, it could happen. So you could see some first-timers. You could see some guys come up and win this thing that are not in Augusta next week, looking to punch their ticket, get on that little PJ, and hop over the Gulf of America to my backyard, your backyard in Augusta, Georgia. So should be good. Top 20 locks and bombs. 2 locks, 1 bomb. Last week, we whiffed. We hit Minwoo Lee. I did well on SoBet. Top 20 locks and bombs last week, all bombed. They were bad bombs, not good bombs. So nothing to recap there. Hopefully we can bounce back this week. I am going to go with Berger at plus 150. And I'm going to go Akshay plus 120. Those are the 2 locks. And my bomb is going to be the guy I might go to because I already mentioned him on the season-long bet. I'm going Fisk, 5.5-1. Not a whole lot of options at that 4-1 and longer.
No, there's not.
Top 20, Fisk, 5.5-1.
Well, I don't normally do this, DB, and I feel like we may have a rule against it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm actually going to take Corey Connors as a top 20 at that minus 115 number. I know it's not exciting. Look, I'm trying to win money. I feel like that's a money play. And then I'm going to go with Keegan plus 115 top 20. I love that. And then Ricky Castillo was actually my 1 bomb 4-1 or longer. He's at plus 450. But it is slim pickings in that range this week for
it really 20. It really is a brutal scene there. Listen, we did a DFS show this week. We're doing a DFS show next week for the Masters. Getting back into the swing of that as we have 3 milli makers up for grabs on DraftKings for Augusta. And we're also going to be doing a Masters flashback and kind of lessons learned show. We're going to look back at some DFS, lineup construction, winning lineups, all that kind of stuff, ownership stuff for Augusta for the Masters. We're going to look back at that and break that down in a separate show. All that is hitting on the weekend. So be on the lookout Saturday, Sunday, YouTube, podcast feed, all that. At the very latest, it drops Monday morning when you wake up and it's ready for you for Augusta. We're going to try to get all that out early to you. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Chalk Bomb email if you're not already. That's been a fantastic piece of content all season long. Bet the Number, our friends at Bet the Number, are also putting out a weekly email now that's fantastic. They've hidden some head-to-head matchups and some key stats and intel from the golf course from on site. Really good stuff there. You can find that on betthenumbergolf.com. And yeah, check out the Ryder Cup page as well. Link in the description. Have a week and bend over your bookies. See ya. Out. Tour Junkies featuring David Barnett is not an affiliate of CWM LLC. Opinions expressed by the host or guests do not reflect those of CWM LLC. CWM LLC does not endorse gambling or the entities promoted by the Tour Junkies podcast. David is a non-registered representative of CWM LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.